So, I'm going to explain a problem that I see with a lot of the older generation, people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, just people in my generation as well. I see it with young people. Well, I'll give you an example. When I see somebody waiting for their call, I switch over to a cell, or I'll say, okay, do you know when they're calling? And if it's the whole day, I'll just try not to use it until after they get their call. I'll try to take consideration of they're waiting for a call back from the doctor or something like that. I've done this for years. When I was homeless, I used to have to do my rounds with a lot of these people, and if I would needed a call on my cell phone, I wouldn't interrupt it. No, I would go outside. I would take that consideration to know that they are waiting on a phone call. Especially if we share a line, like the people I've had live with me. We might share a line. I'll have a different line, they'll have a different line, but we'll have a home line that we share. But people don't always take that same consideration back, especially with the young generation. I'll give you an example. I have Dave, my roommate, knows all about my injuries. He's seen more than most people. As things have progressed worse, I think he's seen it get worse for sure. He knows the seizures, he knows the falls, he's seen the crawling. He just doesn't take anything seriously, though. Not even out with other people. His landlord used to call him, his nickname was Useless. And I think it's mean. I think giving a guy like that a nickname is mean. And apparently the landlord got the nickname from one of his friends. And I couldn't understand this, why somebody would be so mean. After getting to know him, I realized there was a reason for that nickname. There's a reason why everybody gave him that nickname. In an emergency or in any situation at all, Dave is utterly useless. He just does three main things: smokes, eats, and sleeps. Those are the main things he's good at. And he doesn't want to do anything else. So he pretends like he's a dodo bird. Um, and this is a game to him. When he doesn't want to do something, he plays stupid. And after many years, after you can't tell what is real and what isn't with him. For instance, he knows how important these phone calls are because he's seen these. He's seen my face black and blue. He's seen this. But he's downstairs right now talking to one of his buddies. And it's important that he does this. I realize this. I asked him to call him many times before in the last month, what he has chosen not to do. Because this is a very good guy that I've become close with too. The reason why I wanted him to call is I guess his one of his wives or his wife, I think he only has one, is not doing so well. There's two Gigi's I have in my life, and we're gonna use that as a nickname. We're just gonna call them G and G I. No, that'll get confusing. There's G and G, two different G's. And anyways, these two different people with the same name, one of them isn't doing so well health wise either. Now he's finding that out right now for himself downstairs, I'm sure. But he should have called a while ago. And now he's choosing to call right now as I'm waiting for a phone call in on that line because they're having difficulty hearing me on my cell. I got to buy a new cell phone because apparently at least two different offices are now having trouble hearing me on my line. I'm going to try making phone calls outside because it could be because there's a new company taking over my cell phone company. But for now, I'm going to have to get some messages on the home line, which I bought two home lines and I put plenty of money towards the bill. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do that. But I get no consideration. Meanwhile, I'm giving him all the considerations for the last 30 days, trying to get him to call people. Meanwhile, when I'm trying to get a call, I'm transferring it to the cell. What I now, as of a couple days ago, I don't think it's a good idea because they can't hear me. They can still call me, but I'll have to transfer to a different line just until I go down and get another cell phone. I have like three that work, but the two of them you can't get a number back on, and the one I'm using, if they can't hear me, is no good. So I'll go out and buy another cheap line, not the expensive lines. I have some that are closer to 200, and I have some closer to 30. I have a total of like seven phones in the house, but only three of them are operational, and only one of them can have a number loaded on it. So, anyways, yeah, it doesn't seem like we get a lot of respect in general. I mean, I get poisoned, I get my health taken away, I don't get many benefits for being like this. I work my ass off and pay high amounts of taxes that I'll never be able to retire and collect. And I do all this, and the people benefiting from my hard work, the people I spend the most money on, can't even give me the time of day to wait on a phone call, or at least call when I say, hey, it's a good time to call. They're home, it's this time. Like, Dave also doesn't realize it's different times a day in different parts of the world. He'll call them when they're supposed to be at prayer, supposed to be sleep, doesn't matter. And they get very aggravated because these people are from Pakistan. They're very good people too. Very, very good people. Some of the best I ever met.